Hi everybody, it's Tom from Rocky Point Fitness and the Coquitlam Wellness Center. At the time of filming, we are weeks into the COVID-19 pandemic, and every one of you have had to make some huge changes in your life. It's a roller coaster. Up to now, it's been mostly the lows we've had to deal with. We could let those beat us up, or we could scrape up some energy and look at this as a time to make some changes, add some good habits, replace some habits that simply aren't working for us. Now, I'd be lying if I wasn't concerned with the means to improve my immune system. Again, at the time of writing, we still don't have a handle on COVID. Who it strikes, who is the most vulnerable. But I'm not one to take things lying down, and if there's something in my control, something actionable I can do to improve my immune system, I'd be negligent not to do it. At Rocky Point and at the Coquitlam Wellness Center, we've always coached and educated our members and patients about a solid foundation of lifestyles that, in addition to improving our immune systems, generally lead to a better and awesome life. In fact, the Rocky Point logo is framed by that lifestyle foundation. All activities in our lives that we can make improvements on. Fitness, nutrition, sleep, stress reduction, hydration, and of course community. In the gym, it's easy to assume that fitness is the way. That the first step to seeing improvements in body composition, weight loss, muscle gain, stamina, and endurance is to get your fitness in shape. But I am of the opinion that if a brand new person coming into the gym was simply able to increase the number of hours of sleep that they got in a day, the results would blow away the improvements from just working out. Now you combine the two, sleep and fitness, now you've got an abundance of benefits coming your way. Now, since we all have a little time on our hands, we thought now would be a great opportunity to maybe gamify a positive habit in our lives, sleep. In the description for this video, I've included a link to our Sleep Like a Baby challenge, along with the app that you will use to track the different things that you need to do in this challenge. Basically, we're only going to ask you to add something to your daily routine, track it, and share it with the others in the challenge. What do you have to do? We're aiming for 8 hours of sleep, but just like everything else, we can scale that if that seems a little bit out of hand at the beginning. The other thing we're asking you to do, and this one's going to be a little trickier, is to not have a screen in front of you for 2 hours leading up to the time that you go to bed. The final thing we want you to do, as mentioned, we simply want you to track yes or no, did you get these things done? Now, in the videos to follow, I'm going to get into the mechanics of sleep, the benefits of getting more sleep, everyday activities that mess with the mechanics of sleep, and then the short-term and long-term effects of sleep deprivation. Then we've got some simple tips and changes that you can make to get a better night's sleep. So why 8 hours of sleep? Well, there is an ever-growing mountain of evidence that getting 8 hours of sleep will, among many other things, 1, improve our faculties of learning, memorization, and making good decisions. Enrich us emotionally, allowing us to keep cool heads in difficult social and societal situations. Sleep is the balm that soothes mental and physical injuries. It replenishes the materials our body needs to fight viruses and infections. Sleep wards off chronic disease such as cardiac disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes. And increased sleep leads to a decreased probability of dementia and Alzheimer's. Consistently getting 8 hours of sleep keeps you looking young, makes you more creative, appear more attractive, feel happier, less depressed, less anxious, and your confidence will soar. Sign me up. So why do we want to replace the screen for 2 hours before bedtime? That's going to be a big part of the next video, the mechanics of sleep. For the time being, I'll just say that within our beloved phones, tablets, computer displays, and television screens are LED lights operating and emitting on the blue end of the light spectrum. And we've got a tiny little structure in our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and it is constantly scanning for blue light. When it receives blue light, it will send signals to the pineal gland to not produce melatonin. Now, that should be when the sun is coming up, not going down. So we got to get it the other way around. As the sun is going down and our circadian rhythm is winding down for the day and sleep pressure is building up, the suprachiasmatic nucleus should note the absence of blue light, thus sending a signal to the pineal gland to fire melatonin, and then it's lights out. So in the challenge, we're asking you to replace the blue screen for 2 hours. Again, that's a big number, so let's scale up to that. Maybe it's just half an hour as you get started. Rather than have that screen in front of you, maybe it's time to read a book, do some yoga, meditate, maybe get some loving. Everybody's got to go analog. This small change in your bedtime habit could have big benefits down the road. I did a talk a year ago on sleep, fitness, and stress reduction, and I've included the link in the description on this video. Listen to it if you're having difficulty getting to sleep. It just might do the trick. Until the next video, stay safe, keep healthy, blue skies, and I'll see you in the Sleeping Better Than a Baby Challenge.